Morning guys, welcome back to the channel. So I went to do some maintenance the other day on the truck and I wanted my diff oils changed, and obviously we're not allowed to do it in our underground or anything, so I took it to my friends at North Shore Off-Road, and during the oil change process they discovered that I was getting water in from my diff breather. Now I did do a diff relocation and I put it up here behind the light, but not in the light area, it's actually behind. So what I'm thinking is I guess some spray could be getting up there from the tires, but mostly I think it's when I go to my favorite car wash, because I love to get the frame totally clean after a trip, is the underneath water blowing up. I have a feeling it's getting up in there, but it put an excessive amount of water in there, so what we're gonna do, I'm just taking out the light to get that breather, but we're going with the ARB diff breather kit. So now we're gonna run a line from the diff along the frame. I'm thinking along the brake line, fuel line, something like that, but we'll run it up underneath the hood, and that's what we're doing. So hope you enjoy. I'm not an expert, but I'll show you what I learned along the way. See you guys in a bit. Alright, so we got the light out, and actually if you notice there's actually quite a bit of dirt and stuff in there, so I don't think it's quite the best place for the breather, even though that's 90% of what you see on YouTube for sure. Let me just grab my snips here. So if we look in there, you should see that line sitting up in there. That's my diff breather hose. The diff breather is up probably around here, just behind this plate here. So we'll cut this, it'll drop down, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we cut that diff breather out of there. I'm just reinstalling the light. Hopefully my headlamp doesn't get you guys. It's so dark under here you can't see nothing. But we're just gonna finish putting the light in, and then we're going underneath. Show you that in a few minutes. All right, let's take a look at the kit. So here's the breather block, and it actually has a filter in here, which is really good. But you got spots for 4 lines to come in. So I'll be able to easily do my rear and front diff and just block off the 2 until I need anything else. Ample hose and zap straps, which is awesome. And plugs and fittings to put into your diff and into here. And a couple self-tapping screws. Now, depending on where we mount it, I'm not a huge fan of drilling holes into my firewall on the side. Holes just, without painting and maintenance, lead to rust. So, because it's so light, I actually got some automotive grade, heavy duty, double-sided tape that I'm gonna use to mount it. And depending on where it is, I might even be able to secure it with a zap strap. So we're gonna go that route. If it has to be drilled, I'll drill it, but it's drilling a hole in the truck is not always my first option. So we will go from there. All right, I'm gonna head under and uninstall the existing breather. See you guys in a bit. Cutting this one off. There's the other one. Now, let's see later if I'm gonna have to try to pry. There we go, come on. And boom. Oh, I've got another zap strap up there. You ever put something on and wonder how you got it there? I'm at that point right now.
It's a mystery.
It's like, how the hell did I get up in there? All right. Oh, have to make sure we do a good sweep so we don't lose any of this. Boom, boom. All right, come on. Like, did I hire a baby to put some of these on? It's ridiculous. And you don't want to cut other lines and stuff, right?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, God. So much filth.
It's probably so dirty.
Okay, and there's my diff line breather expansion. Yeah, oh yeah, it's wet right up by the diff breather, and actually it feels like it's seized. It's not. It's got so much grit in it. I don't even think it's moving properly.
Oh wow.
You can see the mud and stuff around it.
Yep.
So I don't know if that shows up on the camera, but yeah, this was a necessary change. It looks like, for sure.
And good timing with the weather.
Yeah. Well, too bad we had to run it for the week because it was frozen down here. Okay. So now I'm just going to pull out the other breather, or the attachment for the breather. And there's the old breather tube. Now we are putting in the ARB one. Already has its fittings. Let's go see what size it is. It's a 13 mil, to be honest. There's my 13. Yes, there it is. Now again, make sure nothing's there. Up and over. And in we go. Yeah, sure would be different, eh? All right, so I'm gonna cut a fresh edge on that because it's sort of on an angle and I want to go in there flush. So we'll just give it a nice, well, most people ever slice bread. No, it's good. All right, now we got a nice clean flat surface on it. This should be fun to run it down the frame, all doing its lovely rear shock looking thing. But it is what it is. All right, I'm gonna climb under there. All right, so here we are. You know, according to the instructions, you put it in till you hear a click. I got my click. And I don't know how well you can see that, but it's all right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave a loop, a small little excess up here, strictly for the point of the truck flexing out when we're out there. So I want that to flex. I don't want that to rub through either. All right. I do have some zap straps in my pocket.
Perfect.
And oh, where am I gonna put this?
Now we just zap strap all the way along?
Yep. All the way to the front. There, that's pretty good. I like that. That's spare. There we go. There we go. That's where you're gonna live. That's where you are gonna live. All right, so I'll snip this off. No hanging excessive wires. And now is the time of day where we find where we're gonna run. That will be
the question.
The question.
Oh, I am.
Okay, so now we're up in the frame after some choice words. And I want it to be in the frame because I didn't want anything to damage the line, obviously. I think it's pretty much self-explanatory. Make sure we're keeping everything clean and tidy. and clean. There's snips around there, Bill?
Yep, on your back on the other side of you.
Behind me?
Yep.
Right there. Thank you. All right. We're getting there.
Making progress.
When I could see my transfer case, I got hope. Oh, there's a puddle I just laid right in. All right. So let's keep this party going. I'm gonna move ahead a bit. So we're in the frame here. But it's looking like we're gonna have to move it because we're getting close to exhaust, and I know heat is not this thing, not these lines frame, that's for sure. We're nice and clean up into the frame until here, and then we will just search for another route to bring it up and through. That's the question of the day. Will you come up through here? Right there.
You got her.
Well, wouldn't call it a victory yet. But I have...
At least she's through.
It is through. That's what we have so far. What I have to do is try to get this curly mess up through there. So...
It's a curly mess.
Yeah. So let's see if I can do said task. Alright, so I saved you guys the boring part of putting in the receiving part for the mount, and then the plug up the other 3 holes. Then the filter will screw in there. So I'm gonna, like I said, try to use double-sided tape. We're gonna put it on the inside of the fender where it comes up over here, right back here. It can live, and then yeah, we will go that route. So now I've cleaned the spot where I'm gonna put it. Looks clean. I'm not, but it does. We're just gonna confirm. So I've got this coming up here. Probably gonna cut it here, because then I can push it back down, come up by this wire, up and in. I think that'll work the best, to be honest. So let me grab my blade. I think it's better. So we use this to try to get a square cut. That's that point where you're like, I hope I left enough. All right, this now we will save for the front diff at a later date. So it's a future Walter problem. And like I said, I'm gonna bring this down and up, nice and clean like. Then I'll strap it, zap strap it to that guy down there. Oh, I don't want to drop all this stuff. Let's put this over here. All right. Okay. Get a 4x4, they said. It'll be fun, they said. All right. That's nice and clean down in there. Lost one of the lights. All right.
All lights died.
All right. So now, the moment of truth. We will. I might get you to do this, Joanne. Oh no, hold on. I think I'm getting it. Or am I just kidding myself? No, there's one. There's one. Get in there. Yeah, my hands are filthy. I don't want to get that tape done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fit this in. Get that. So when it goes down, it's actually in its final resting spot. And that looks pretty clean, I would say.
I would say, good job, love.
Here, let me get the filter on though. Actually, I'll let that sit for a second and then I'll put the filter on. I don't want to give it time to do its business. All right, guys, the final step. Boom, boom. Just get this on here. Nice and gentle like.
And there goes the light.
And after some choice words
She's on.
in certain areas, we now have an ARB breather kit. I know it's a little different than we usually do, guys, but yeah, the weather sucks. We didn't want to go out with a breather not working properly, so this is what we did. Thanks for watching, guys.